During the 20th century, the Soviet Union's economy rapidly advanced as well as declined. With the fast-paced advancement of the economy under Joseph Stalin's strict and tight communist rule and the beginning of the economic failure under Gorbachev's loose communist and part democratic ruling, it makes you wonder how these political systems that were implemented during the time had a distinct influence and effect on the economy. So, how did these political systems affect the economic state of the USSR throughout the 20th century? The establishment of the Communist Party in the Soviet Union commenced in the early 1900s by Vladimir Lenin. The primary goal for this party at the time was to actually increase the economy in order to surpass the West. With this, Stalin took this and enforced it to the absolute max, y'all. He wanted a 110% increase in coal production, 200% increase in iron production, and a 335% increase in electric power. He created his 5-year plan in order to ensure that this was achieved in an efficient manner. He used his full authority as a strict communist leader in order to enforce this plan on the workers. He would have a board outside of the factories that would have the workers' stats. If workers did not reach what they were supposed to, they were publicly criticized and humiliated. If you did not work to the best of your ability, you could be sentenced to prison as being unfaithful to the Communist Party. The government and political system had a direct effect on the rapidly increasement of the economy because of the dictatorship ruling and tight reign that he had over the people, allowed for Stalin to easily control the economy and workers in the country. The communist ruling allowed for him to directly influence the people, which are the people creating the economy. Time to look at the fall. Basically, Gorbachev wanted to reform the way communist leadership was ran by giving the people more freedom. You see, that sounds good in theory, but what do you think would happen if we gave people this freedom that they never really had all of a sudden? Yeah, exactly. The people started creating posters and went to the media to display their hatred and disagreement of past leaders. They constantly spoke out on what the government was doing and what they had previously done. And if freedom of speech wasn't enough, Gorbachev allowed for them to elect certain communist leaders into the government. This is great socially for the Soviet Union, but because of this, Gorbachev could not get a hold on his people. He went in and out of economic policies when most of them ended in failure. He had created this sort of weak authority type of government, and even people in the government pressured him into implementing policies, like the 500-day economic policy, which he didn't even want. This directly shows the relationship between the government and political systems in the fall of the Soviet Union. Because of the introduction of democratic ideals in the government, the economy and way of life were instantly affected. This displays how this specific type of government contributed to the economic state of the nation during the 20th century. Not only is understanding how the political systems influence the economy important when looking at the Soviet Union, but also relevant to how things are ran today. The government that is implemented in countries across the world do have a direct reflection and influence on the economy. As we can see, different ideals are put into place with certain political systems, which, well, inevitably affect the economy.